This is August 11th, 2021, and we're looking at part 8 of our Solomon's Song of Songs conversation. And we will be looking at chapter 4, verses 1 through 7. Let's go ahead and read them. These words are spoken, probably all of them, by Solomon. Behold, you are beautiful, my friend. Behold, you are beautiful. Your eyes are doves behind your veil. Your hair is like a flock of goats which leaps down the mountainous Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of shorn ewes which come up from the washing, all of which bear twins, and a bereaved one is not among them. Your lips are like a cord of scarlet, and your mouth is comely. Your mouth is like a slice of pomegranate behind your veil. Your neck is like the Tower of David, built according to courses. 1,000 shields are hung on it, all the shields of warriors. Your two breasts are like fawns, twins of a gazelle, which browse among the lilies. Until the day blows and the shadows flee, I will go to the mountain of myrrh, to the hill of frankincense. All of you is beautiful, my friend, and you have no blemish. So, we have come to Solomon looking upon his bride at the wedding, followed by consummation of the wedding, followed by his reaction to the consummation of the wedding. So this is his fiancée, who is about to become his wife. She becomes his wife, and he is delighted in her, in the Shulamite woman. Now, it starts by giving a summary of who she is. She's his friend, and as we talked about, he's raising her up to be his equal, to be part of his kingdom. He's a king, she's a queen, he's rich, she was poor, now she's rich. She becomes a part of Solomon, right? My friend. And he repeats twice, behold, you are beautiful. Behold, you are beautiful. So the key to her nature is her beauty. Now this isn't just external beauty, it's internal and external beauty. She is totally and purely, wonderfully beautiful. She is a delightful person. She has been made so by the king who has brought her to be his wife. I emphasize that because that's the church, right? The church is beautiful. It is the holy church of God, the communion of saints, as we say in the creeds. She is beautiful, the church, because Christ has put himself on the cross, sacrificed for sins, and then raised himself to beauty and glory and new life. And now the church has that beauty and glory and new life. So behold, she is beautiful. And now Solomon takes time to look at his beautiful bride. I am reminded of when my wife walked in wearing her wedding dress. And I was standing up front and I saw her in all her beauty. And every so often we should, like the new groom, take a look at the beauty of our bride, this woman who has allowed us to marry her. Now, in the case of the church, that beauty is caused by the groom. Certainly he has placed that beauty on him, but God describes the church as the place which gives love and gives peace and gives comfort to those around it. When I hungered, you fed me. When I thirsted, you gave me something to drink, right? He describes the church in that way. He looks to the beauty of the church's actions and the way that the church is his wonderful child, is Christ's wonderful bride. Here Solomon is looking at his beautiful real wife, and he sees her great beauty. He says, your eyes are doves behind your veil. So a veil because she is hiding her face from other men. She is reserving herself for Solomon. And then he will get to remove the veil because he's married to her. And her face and her life will be his. The eyes are doves. They're quick, they're bright, they're peaceful, they're lively. It's a description we've used before. It comes up again here. Your hair is like a flock of goats, which leaps down the mountainous Gilead. So a flock of goats, when they're moving together, they flow. But then as you look at the individual ones, they kind of jump over obstacles. So like there's a rock with a flow around it. So her hair is long and flowing, but it has curls. And when she walks, those curls, those ringlets, they bounce. They bounce like the goats bouncing down the hill, right? So her hair, beautiful and lively, lustrous with life. Your teeth are like a flock of shorn ewes, which come up from the washing. So after a goat is shorn, and goats are black, sheep are white. So after they're shorn, goats or sheep, their body is kind of this pale white because they haven't seen much sun. When they come off the water, and the water glistens on them. So the description here is your teeth are a beautiful white, and they glisten. So she has lovely teeth, which we kind of find odd. We think of all those old-time teeth as being bad, but here they're described as beautiful teeth, like as I say, a shorn goat or a shorn sheep. Okay? Lively and beautiful. All of which bear twins, and a bereaved one is not among them. So she hasn't lost any of her teeth, right? They're matching. My teeth aren't so matching, aren't so great, right? Get some chips here, here's this one sticks out, not quite as white as hers. Okay? But her teeth are beautiful, they're matching, they form beautifully in her mouth. There's no gaps, no hollows. Right, she's a beautiful young woman. Able to eat, able to strong in her health. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Don't look at the teeth of a horse, because when the teeth go bad, it's a sign that the horse maybe isn't healthy. No, she's healthy, she's strong, she's beautiful. Your lips are like a cord of scarlet, and your mouth is comely. There, I'm trying to show my lips, right? Only hers are scarlet. Mine aren't so scarlet. I didn't put on any lipstick. But a scarlet is a sign that blood flow is good, right? And the lips show that the blood is flowing well to the face, well to the mouth. So it has always been a sign of a healthy person. And her lips are this beautiful red that women want to get with the makeup, with the lipstick. Moving on. Your mouth is like a slice of pomegranate behind your veil. Pomegranate is a deep red. It is also a fruit which symbolizes passion, a desire for, and the lips. When he looks at his lips, he has a desire to kiss them. He wishes to be the one who gets to raise the veil and then kiss his beautiful young bride. Okay? So the description. Your neck is like the Tower of David built according to courses. Courses are one block evenly placed along another. Now, a tower means a long neck, which was at the time considered a beautiful thing to have a long neck. Alabaster tower, right? A long, beautiful neck. Although I think she was dark of skin, so maybe it wasn't alabaster. But a long, beautiful tower. And he's saying that it's even, it's fine, it's well made, well constructed neck. Then it has shields around it, 1,000 shields, which probably is a necklace with beautiful, like shell type or round type emblems on it. Okay, so she has a beautiful necklace on, reflecting the light, and 1,000 shields are hung on it. All the shields of warriors. Now this brings us back again earlier on when he called her like a mare among the chariots. He uses some other military image throughout. The tower was just a military image. She has conquered him. She has conquered him by being as the wonderful, beautiful person she is. And through her, he conquers. So again, there's a warrior description to her necklace. Her adornment that she has been given for her wedding shows that she is a conqueror, right? As he has conquered her by having her as his wife, she has conquered him by having him as her husband. And through her, he can conquer others, right? Okay? She's also, like shields, a defense for him. Paul says it is better for a man to marry than to burn. It is better for a man to have a beautiful wife as part of his life than to be seeking out after many other women. Okay? Your two breasts are like two fawns, twins of a gazelle which browse among the lilies. So we've been moving down from the eyes to the cheeks, to the mouth, to the neck, to the necklace, now to the breasts. And yes, the breasts symbolize that he desires her, that he would like to go into the marriage bed, right? He describes them as young, like two fawns. So she's a young woman. They are twins, so there's no difference between them. They are well proportioned, like all of her. And a gazelle has been used earlier as a lively, passionate, kind of agile creature. So, which browse among the lilies, reminds us earlier where he says he wants to browse among the lilies. And yes, there is some implication here that he desires to be with her. Okay? So that's kind of the image there. Lilies being white also plays into that. All right, so now we have the description of her, moving from eyes down here. Later on in chapter 7, he'll move from the feet on up. And this is probably a description of the married husband talking about the wife who he has been married to already. In this description, this is the groom looking at the bride who he is now marrying so that he can get to verse 6. Okay? And he looks at her, he sees her, and he looks at her different parts, and each part to him is beautiful. She overall is beautiful as at the beginning. Everything is wonderful. Each part to him is beautiful, and he's about to continue his discovery of her because now they are married, and now they can come to know each other even better. And when Christ looks at the church, he starts, the eyes are the window to the souls. The eyes are the window to the soul. So he starts with the beauty of the church's soul. He moves to the beauty of her words, the beauty of what supports her intellect, the beauty of her as a whole. And he moves from eyes down, and he comes to know her really, really well. And that's the image used here. So we come to verse 6. Until the day blows and the shadows flee, I will go to the mountain of myrrh, to the hill of frankincense. Until morning time, I'm going to be with you, my love. And I'm going to come to know you really well, and you're going to come to know me really well. And we're going to grow in our love for each other, in our knowledge of each other, in our understanding, and in our connectedness. And that's, I think, a good way to describe it here. Not to get prurient, but husband and wife, they enjoy each other, they come to know each other better. They have a point in the marriage, which is a high point, the wedding, and then the wedding feast, and then the wedding night. And they're going to get to know each other. And then when the morning comes, they will have known each other better than they did before. And in the process, they will have strengthened their life together and their relationship together. And as Christ lives with us, he comes to know us, and we come to know him. And as we are a part of him and he is a part of us, we strengthen our knowledge and our relationship with him. Here it says, until the day blows and the shadows flee. For Solomon, that is night to morning. For us, it is until the day ends completely, i.e. time ends, and God recreates the world in a new time, a new heaven, a new earth. The shadows flee, sin and darkness flee. And Christ replaces it with the new glory, where there's sun, and you don't need a sun because the sun is the sun, right, as it's described in Revelation. So I will continue to be with you during this time. Myrrh and frankincense, as earlier on, he had myrrh and frankincense described her smell. Now he's going to the mountain of myrrh and frankincense. He's come to her, right? Okay. final line, verse 7. All of you is beautiful, my friend, and you have no blemish. It refers back as we go to verse 1 of chapter 4. Behold, you are beautiful. Behold, you are beautiful. Now he says, all of you is beautiful. He's looked at her. He's looked at her eyes and her nose and her cheeks and her mouth and her neck and even the things she wears. And now he's come to know her. He's experienced her smell and her touch and her activity. And all of it has been beautiful. It has delighted him. It has been a joy to him. It is well worth the marriage and the anticipation. He delights in this wonderful gift he's received, his bride. And that is how Christ looks at the church. He delights in us. We are a wonderful gift, and we have no blemish, no mar. Solomon knows his wife has no blemish because now he's married to her. He knows all of her. Jesus knows we have no blemish because we have become his bride and he has made us those who have no blemish. And so there is nothing wrong with you. Okay, you are sinner and saint, and the sinner part is wrong. But you are 100% saint without blemish. There's nothing wrong with you. You are God's child, his delight. You are Christ's bride, his church. You and I are those who will live with God forever, delighting in the great gifts he has given, and a delight to him, a gift to himself. Lifted up, made to be without blemish. It's a beautiful passage. Christ says we are beautiful. He knows us. He inspects us and knows every part of us. We live and we dwell with him, and he makes us more beautiful and enjoys and delights in our beauty. And when he looks at us on the final day, he sees that we are without blemish, perfect in God's sight. We'll close there.